What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about some Last of Us Season 2 info, and it's spreading around the internet. It's kind of clear as day. In fact, you can see what we're kind of hinting at behind me here, but let's give credit where credit's due. Comes from The Last of Us News, and it simply reads, the production crew reportedly rented a property in Mission, BC, near a golf course to film scenes for The Last of Us 2, and we get some nice images. Looks really nice. Golf course, picture of the game. Golf course, picture of the game. So, I mean, look, did we really not think that this was going to happen? To be honest, it actually is part of the reason why I wanted to make this video. There was seemingly, like, remember right after season 1 came out, and there was this speculation that I kind of bought into, and I thought maybe there was something to it. Doesn't seem like it anymore. But remember, there was this thought process that maybe season 2 would be some sort of, like, I guess, expansion of what happens after The Last of Us 1, but before The Last of Us 2, right? I mean, I remember seeing that. I remember people talking about that, where maybe you would have wanted to keep Pedro Pascal around kind of longer, right? So if you made basically a full season, and maybe you tried to introduce Abby a little bit, and you could start to build things and get really, really close to the beginning of the game, The Last of Us Part 2, and you did all that in the second season. Then when you do season 3, then you could do The Last of Us Part 2. I swear I saw that kind of talk. It could have been speculation. I just forgot. Okay, so take even what I'm saying with a grain of salt. But I mean, I feel like I saw that, and I guess that's why I wanted to make this video, where it's like, they started filming. And I mean, they're all there, but I do think they're going to try to stretch it a little bit just because of the popularity of Pedro Pascal. But, I wouldn't be shocked if I highly doubt episode 1. I don't think you'd want to do that, right, to the audience. But maybe episode 2, episode 3, you do it. And then, he would appear in, like, flashbacks later on. Maybe you could all film that, at one time and then leave. I believe the report with him, too, right, is around May or so. He's going to be leaving to film something else anyway. So he probably isn't going to be there for the entire shoot. So, again, if there was any speculation that they were going to not do it, I don't think anybody thought they were not going to do this, right? But if people thought, well, maybe they'll stretch it really far, maybe even to another season, that doesn't seem to be happening. And I don't want to get too much into it. I'm sure we'll talk about it, when the show comes out. It's going to be divisive. I've controversially said, I don't even think it's all that controversial. I think it's just going to be the game all over again, to be honest with you. I mean, you could maybe call it a different audience. I'm sure there is some audience of the show that's not into the games, but I do think a lot of people that watch the show played the games, and I think even the people that didn't like 2 also, I liked a lot of 2. I didn't like the decision-making in the story of 2. I watched the first season of the show. I quite liked it, right? So I wonder what it's going to be like when they do it all again, or if they're going to do things to kind of bring people to, because, as we kept saying with Last of Us Part 2, or at least as I kept saying, I mean, honestly, I respect your opinion. If you think it's a masterpiece, if you think it's terrible, right, like, have your opinion on it, but it is divisive. I really don't think you can argue with that. I think, name calling and just saying that people have no point, right, if they're on the opposite side, I don't really think that's productive. I don't think that's right. I don't think that's actually truthfully correct. So I do think the game just split people down the middle, and I wonder if the show is going to do anything. Again, I never expected them to not do this. I always thought this was going to happen regardless, but I do wonder if they're going to make any effort, not in like an aggressive, like I think they don't put any effort into it. I'm not saying that, but I wonder if they're going to try to mess around with things just to try to find a better balance than I would argue that they did not do in the game, right? But whatever they do end up coming up with and filming and it's going to be in season 2. It's going to be the next thing that we see of this show. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.